All right, y'all. So I got some new info regarding the case that I shared last night about the 19-year-old out of South Carolina shooting and killing the 16-year-old male over a girl, over a freaking girl. According to reports, the girlfriend of the victim who was shot and killed has now been arrested. I also got a little bit of a background story about what could have led to the shooting from a very reliable source. Now, first for the breaking news from today. A 17-year-old girl out of Myrtle Beach who, as I said, according to my source, was dating the victim who lost his life, was arrested today. The victim who lost his life was Trey Wright. The girlfriend is now facing some pretty serious allegations in connection to her boyfriend's death. It has been confirmed that Gianna Kissenmacher, I hope I pronounced that correctly, she's pictured here, but it was confirmed that she was arrested today a little after noon on Monday, June 30th. She was reportedly charged with accessory before the fact of a felony. And as I said, that's a pretty dang serious charge there. She has not yet had a bond set, the last I heard. There are not many more details surrounding her arrest, but I am going to share with you a few things that I know. Now, you know I normally don't share things that are not confirmed, but I really trust this person, and I've heard the same thing from several people in that area. So these are all allegations and not confirmed. So as you know, last Tuesday night, 19-year-old Devin Raper here shot and killed the victim, Trey Dean Wright. And I told y'all yesterday it was allegedly over a female. Trey was indeed killed, unfortunately, and Devin here is now behind bars, and that's without bond at the Florence County Detention Center. Now, this is Trey, the victim who was shot and killed. Now, as I said, according to my sources, Gianna, the girl who was arrested today, and Trey here, the victim, were indeed dating. However, that night they were allegedly at two separate places. Trey was said to be with a friend group at one gathering, and then Gianna was with other friends with another group, and that included Devin, the suspect. I heard they were at Myrtle Beach or on Myrtle Beach. I can't confirm that though. Well, when Trey found out she was with another male, of course he, rightfully so, got upset. That was his girlfriend. So then Gianna and the suspect, Devin, drove in separate vehicles, allegedly, to where Trey was at. Gianna led Devin, the suspect, there. Now, according to my sources, Trey was wanting to fight. Fight, meaning throw hands, fist, like real men do, and not pull out weapons like, the term for men like that. But Devin almost immediately pulled out a weapon and started shooting and killed Trey. Now, I'm assuming, and again, I can't confirm, but I'm assuming Gianna was arrested due to the fact that she was an accessory to his murder by taking the suspect to where her boyfriend was. Now, I was also told that a few days or at some point before the incident, Devin allegedly said that he would never fight Trey, and that's because he knew Trey would beat him and win the fight. Now, again, those are allegations and hearsay. But really? So you're scared of somebody, so you take a gun, but it wasn't self-defense. The sources I've spoken with who are very close to this case and myself definitely think this was indeed premeditated murder. As I said, it was not self-defense. Devin and Gianna, Trey's girlfriend, had a bit of a drive to where Trey was from where they were. So they had all this time driving there to think about this. As I said in my previous video, Devin has been in trouble with the law before, but charges were dropped and he got a slap on his wrist. But I definitely think justice is going to be served in this case and that he will likely spend the rest of his life behind bars, at least I hope. Now, since I have posted that video yesterday, I have heard nothing but wonderful things about Trey, the victim here. I hear he was a loving and well-loved young man who brought so much joy and laughter to everyone who knew him. Now, as for Gianna, the girlfriend who was arrested today, I don't know much about her, but it looks like she was an upcoming senior from what I can gather. She was also a cheerleader from what I read. She had her entire life ahead of her and could have really done something with her future. Young people, let this serve as a reminder to be careful of who you associate with, because if they're in trouble and you're associated, you're going down too. Just like in this story. Now, y'all, I don't know if Gianna, the girlfriend, knew that Devin was going to kill her boyfriend or if she thought they were just going to fight. But let's face it, it happened because she led him to where her boyfriend was. And also, police obviously found enough evidence to make an arrest. My prayers are still with all of Trey's loved ones, all his friends and family. For more updates into this case and other true crime news, make sure you follow and subscribe over on YouTube.